Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to film a October's favorites video, and I have like a huge list right here of everything that I want to talk about. I first wanted to start off with some, like, the one book I read this month, and that would be this one right here. It is, I think, like 1,200 pages, almost 1,200 pages, so it's about as big as, I mean, 2/3 the size of the Bible in terms of words. So it's a huge book. It's the size of about a textbook, but it took me, I read it all this month and all last month, so it took me like 2 full months to finish it. And I also kept another notebook just of like all of the different chapters and everything. And I think it's a really amazing book. I think that everyone should read it, just especially because it gives, it's mainly a philosophical book with a lot of political context in it, and it talks about different morals, different values, and the storyline simplified is basically how the United States falls from a capitalist society with lots of entrepreneurs, lots of business people, into this collectivist, communistic, totalitarian government society. And I think it's a dystopian novel, but I think that there's a lot of, tells you a lot about the economy and about how politics play such a big role in the affairs of others and people's lives. And I think that it's just a really great book. You don't have to agree with everything that's in the book to still appreciate it. I think that it's a hard read. I think that her writing is not a page turner, but it's still very insightful, and there's a lot of good messages in it. And I think that it's considered an American classic, and it was something I didn't read in high school that I wanted to read post-graduating, and I finally did, and I'm glad to say I finished it. But yeah, I recommend it to anyone that sort of likes dystopian novels or wants to read an American classic, because it's a really good one. That's Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, and if anyone wants this, I will mail it to you if you want to actually read it, because I've gone through this copy. I took tons of notes, so I don't necessarily need to keep the book around, and I did buy it myself. So yeah, if anyone wants this, DM me or message me, because I will mail it to you if you really want it. Next thing I wanted to talk about was makeup. Yesterday, so the very end of October, I went to a meeting with an agency to possibly get signed. They're still deciding what models they want, so I haven't heard back yet, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I get signed by this agency. But I wanted to mention like some products that I use, because you go in and you wear very minimal makeup, but just enough to sort of enhance your features and things like that. So all I really wore was like a BB cream and then a lip liner and then some like contour. And I wanted to talk about like what I used, because I feel like these are just like great products in general. With like lip liners, I feel like they're better than lipsticks and other kind of products, because they last a really long time, and that's something I struggle with. A lot of the time my lipstick won't last at more than an hour, honestly, and I've tried tons of different stuff, but like MAC has lip liners. These are two that are similar to my natural lip color, and this is Boldly Bare and Dervish, and they're very like nudie pink colors. And then this one is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. So they're all kind of in the same group of colors. I really, really like them. I think that they're really great. I prefer the MAC because it's not as sticky. It's very like a pencil, and you just sharpen it. I have a sharpener, but yeah, it's great. I really like these, and then just putting chapstick or something on top just to make it a little bit not just matte. But yeah, I really, really like these. Definitely recommend. These are 3 lip liners that I have had for a long time. They last for a long time, and they last on your lips for a long time, so I do recommend them. Those are like my first like #1, and it's weird, like I never thought I would recommend lip products, but I really, really like these lip pencils, and I think they're better than getting a lipstick, because you can put it all over your lips, or just even outline your lips and then put like a pinky lip gloss or something on it. It looks still like quite natural. And then along with that, this is something I've hit pan on it. There's hardly any left, and it's something I use. It's supposed to be a setting powder, but I don't set my face because I have naturally dry skin, so you don't want to make it, I don't want to make it more matte. I want it to look very natural. So I use this to contour, actually, because it's dark enough. Still gives like a nice sheen, but I just put it on the contours of my face a little bit of a bronzer too, so I use it as both. And this is just the mini size. It comes in a full size, but I've used this. I've had this for like, I don't know, almost 2 years probably, and it's lasted the whole time. It still hasn't, I still have stuff left, so definitely well loved. And then the last thing that I did was I filled in my eyebrows because they tend to get like thin on the ends, and I kind of wanted to even it out. So this is a product that I keep going back to. I have a lot of drugstore products, but it doesn't compare to this. I just think the formula of these eyebrow pencils are just so good. And it comes with a spoolie at the end too, so you can just brush your eyebrows out. And specifically this color, because I do have like medium brown hair, but my eyebrows are lighter. And generally your eyebrows are around 2 to 3 shades lighter, and for most, depending on like your coloration and everything. But I can't get this kind of color anywhere else. Most things are like medium brown and they're just too dark. And when I want to fill it in, I don't want to really darken my eyebrows. I literally just want it to be more full. And I feel like this color, since it's almost a dirty blonde color, really, really works with that. If you have similar hair color to me, I definitely recommend it. I think it's great for still looking natural, but to get like a full, very realistic brow. I really love this. It's better than I've tried in the drugstore. And then last thing, which is not really beauty, it's more of skincare stuff, not really makeup. This is CERAVE in general. I love CERAVE so much. And you can get it at CVS, Walgreens, whatever. This is the eye cream that I use. It's really, really hydrating, really, really good. It comes in this tiny bottle, but it does last a really long time. And this I go through like no other. I've repurchased like 10 of these last few years since I've been using it, and it's great. It's for like generally dry skin, normal skin, because it has ceramides in it and hyaluronic acid, and it's really good for a daily moisturizer. I put it on my face, put it on my body. Okay, where was I? Yes, so CERAVE, great product, recommend, any gender can use it. It's amazing moisturizer and lotion, and the brand is just great. I just love the formula. I think it's better than any moisturizer I've ever tried. It's perfect. It's not too light. It's not too heavy. Really, really like it. These are shoes that I've had for a year. These ones, I've worn them in a lot of Instagram pictures. I've worn them out. They're really, really comfortable. They're still a high heel, but they're just so nice. I love them. It's like a French, I don't know if it's exactly a French brand, it's like a French inspired brand, but they're great. Really, really like them. Best purchase of shoes I've ever made probably, because I wear them so much. They just go with everything, and I love patent black shoes in general. So I really like them, and they give you enough height too. Moving on to shows. Okay, so Netflix came out with a ton of different horror series, like the Sabrina one. I want to talk about is The Haunting of Hill House, and it's I think 10 episodes, and it's really got good reviews. So if you trust like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, they gave it a very high review, and I also really, really liked it. I thought that the editing, the videography, the acting was just great, and the mom in the show plays the mom in Spy Kids, which was just like a interesting thing I noticed. I was like, she looks really familiar, but I really, really liked it. If you want to watch something that's not super scary and more of like a psychological thriller, and also has a lot of themes of like family, the importance of having a good close-knit relationship with your family. It talks about spirituality, it talks about mental health issues. Overall, I think it was just really, really well done. I did not like the ending. I will say that. I thought the last episode was slacking. I didn't like how they finished it, but that's just sort of my own opinion. I've talked to other people and they really, really loved how it was finished, how the ending was, but I don't want to give anything away. So I just recommend like maybe try the first episode out, see if you like it, if you want to watch something on Halloween or something scary in this time of year. I recommend it. It's really good. I have 2 other movies, and one is Napoli Ever After, which follows this girl who's African American. She has really the curly natural afro hair, and she hates her hair, and it's sort of her life story growing up hating her hair and how she used to have to deal with it. I think it's an issue that touches close to home with anyone that's uncomfortable with their hair and how it is naturally. If you've seen in my other videos, I have naturally pretty curly hair. It's like wavy curly. Right now it's straight, and that's kind of how I preferred it most of my life, but now I've sort of really gotten to love my natural hair, and it's sort of that kind of storyline, and I thought it was just, the acting was really great. It's really funny, it's cute, it's like a rom-com. I really recommend it. And then the other one is I'm Not an Easy Man, and it's a French film, and it's filmed in Paris. It follows this story of this guy who's kind of like a womanizer. He sleeps around, he treats women pretty badly, and he wakes up one day and he's trading bodies with this other woman, and it's just really funny. I think the humor in it is great, and I think that the themes, and it talks about, like, you know, gender equality, women in society and how they're treated, and it gives him as a man, really, he gets to experience what it's like being a woman, and what it would be like if women were the ones dominated in society, like if it was not a patriarchal society but instead flipped. And I think it's just like really an interesting spin on that kind of. I just really liked it. I thought it was really funny, and a good message too, and the actors are really good, and I'd never heard of them either. So if you want to watch a foreign film that has like it's filmed in Paris, it's beautiful, like, oh my god, Paris is so pretty, and having been there, I just appreciated it even that much more. So really like that film, really recommend it. Okay, the last two shows I want to mention are the one that's everyone's talking about it. It's Making a Murderer. Season 2 came out, I think, within the last 2 weeks or so, and the second season is so good. I recommend the first one, but the second season's even better, I feel like, and it keeps you up to date. I watched season 1 recently, even though it came out a few years ago, and then when season 2 came out recently, I was like, oh, I have to watch it, because everything was like fresh in my mind. And if you're interested about the legal process, if you're interested about how criminal courts work, or the appeals process, and how the Supreme Court deals with things, it also talks a lot about state government versus federal and the laws, and it can be bored. Like the beginning, I was just like really bored, but then later on, as they talk about how they do different forensic tests and things like that, I thought that was really fascinating and insightful. And I think that the new lawyer that they have on the team, I think her name's Kathleen Zellner, and she is a great lawyer in my opinion. Like, her personality is great for the show too, and I think it's really interesting. If you've seen the first season, I recommend the second one. I think it's better, which is not what I usually say about shows, but they definitely did a really good job. The other show I want to mention is a very short docu-series. It's called Sex and Love Around the World, and it's done, I think she was a news broadcaster. Her name is Christine Amanpour, and I believe she's Iranian British. I'm not entirely sure, but it's kind of filmed in a way where each episode discusses a different country and how they view sex and religion and how it affects their culture, and how it and they just sort of interview a lot of different people within those countries or cities. I think it's done by cities. Yes, cities, because there's an episode on Berlin, there's an episode on, I think, Shanghai. I watched it a few weeks ago, early in October, but I really liked it. I learned a lot. There's things I didn't know about different cultures, and it sort of touches on Western and Eastern cities, so I thought it was fascinating, the parallel between them and how much religion impacts the culture. And I thought that was just really well done. I also liked just seeing all these different countries and people and cities I'd never really even looked into. So I think if you want to watch another documentary that's kind of informative and talks about like sex and how people view love in those different societies. Last thing I want to mention are 2 channels on YouTube that I've really liked and watched this month. And the first one is Dr. Dre. She's a dermatologist from Texas, and she uploads pretty much almost every single day. Really smart. She really knows what she's talking about. If you want recommendations on skincare or different skin conditions, she does stuff varying from like eczema to different types of dermatitis, different procedures, lasers, different acne, skin conditions, like all sorts of stuff. That she also talks about skincare. She reviews common sunscreen brands, common brands that you'll see in Sephora, Ulta and stuff, and she really just breaks down the information. So if you're someone that does care about skin, or you are sort of like into beauty and skincare and stuff, I recommend her channel just because it's so informative and you learn a lot, and she is a doctor, so she really does know what she's talking about. The other channel is completely other end of the spectrum, and that's Sarah's Day, and she's more of like a fitness vlogger, and she's done a lot of episodes recently. She found out she was pregnant, and I've really enjoyed watching her videos. I think they just bring a smile to your face, and she's very inspirational, and her workout videos are really, really good too. If you want someone that is a really good like cook, makes like healthy recipes, and also has videos on working out and exercise, and she's very authentic and open to her audience, and I feel like that's really why people enjoy her content. So yeah, those two people definitely, they're very different too, but I love both of them. 3 songs that I wanted to mention. I'm just gonna link them below because this video is really, really long, but those are like 3 songs I've been loving this month. I saw Elefante this month in concert, which was really cool, and I'm going to be in DC in a week to see another concert, so I'm gonna try to film it or vlog it if I can. And yeah, thanks for watching. These are my October favorites. I hope that you got some recommendations or inspiration out of this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Bad things, there's a lot of bad things that they wish and a wish and a wish and a wish and they wish and